Why do we always have technical difficulties every single time?
Because it just likes to keep you on your
It
toes.
does. It does. So, welcome to Goddess Garage Tarot Delights and Other Metaphysical Delights. I am Rhonda, or Lady Rose from Goddess Garage, and you are?
I'm Kayla from Wayward Spirit Reiki.
Yeah. So,
Been a hot minute.
it has been, because you had your master's training in Celtic Reiki.
Yes, I did. Fantastic.
Nice.
Fantastically done. Great course. Ever interested in Celtic Reiki, love the trees, definitely go check it out. I'm excited. I'm excited to offer it. I'm excited to teach it. I thought I had a student for like a hot second.
Oh.
And they haven't followed up yet, so I'm interested to see if they'll follow up. But
Okay.
so
Cool.
yeah.
Very cool. So, what differentiates Reiki
Okay.
from Celtic Reiki?
So Reiki uses the symbols, and I'm gonna butcher his name. Please
Oh
don't
yeah.
kill me.
No, I don't. I can't say his name properly either.
Master Yusui.
Yes.
Okay, Master Yusui. Saw the symbols. He's utilized them into his practice. So there are 3, 4, 5.
Oh, there's quite a few.
There's a lot more.
Yeah.
But they're like of one lineage, and then Celtic Reiki's more the Celtic Ogham, so the tree alphabet.
Okay.
Using those symbols to kind of create a treatment sentence, or a sentence. You don't have to use the word treatment in there, to focus in on different things that they want to do. So if they wanted to do, I even have a few. I've been, so a friend of mine and I, she was like, how do you make, like, practice every day? I'm like, I take waterproof eyeliner and draw a couple on it, and they survive the day.
Nice.
So whenever
nice.
I'm like, all right, strength.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that idea.
And so it's utilizing the trees like ash and birch and
There are various different properties that they have.
various different properties, and they all have a symbol.
Okay.
And it is called the tree alphabet because essentially each symbol is a letter too.
Okay.
So like within reason, I know it doesn't directly correspond with English, but you can kind of focus in on, say you wanted like success and abundance, you would choose the symbols for success and abundance and put them in a little sentence, and then focus in on those symbols. Say there's 4 of them. So instead of using like all 15, or 15 to 25, because there are about 25,
Okay.
you would use those 4
Okay.
in that one session.
Right. Right. Yeah, because they often talk of, like, speaking of trees and things like that, Druids
Yep.
had a very oral tradition, which is true, but they have since found out that Druids didn't do everything orally. They
Nope.
did write things down, and and it's kind of like with the Native Americans or First Nations people, myself being Mohawk, that they didn't think they were as advanced as they were, because we were blacksmithing and all that kind of stuff. They just hadn't discovered. Oh, oops! And away we go. Hi, we're back. Maybe I'll just take 1 or 2 cards away. I got a couple cards in there to
Like
prop us up a
balance it
little
up.
bit.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting, and I love that it incorporates the trees. Another difference is typically with Usui Reiki, you're going in through the crown. You're actually going up through the root. So like you have, so like you know how your palms have chakras.
Yeah.
Your feet also have chakras.
Right.
So you're going in and up through the root.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Back when I had my spa and salon that I ran, we did one thing that was really different from most places. Was right now we're just talking heads. I was hoping
We're
to see more of
floating.
us. Oh, anyways, for our massages, we always started at the feet. And a lot of clients would ask, why do you start there? I'm like, because everything is in your foot. And once your foot relaxes,
Everything
the rest
else
of
will
you.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of clients love that, and I still have gotten messages of, you know, no one does a massage like you used to do. And like I found, like in school we had to do it the way the school wanted us to do it. So we didn't start at the feet. That was something I came up with. But I found like you're working so much harder to get the client to, because you've come in from a busy day, and you know,
Well, even
maybe even traffic you've had to fight to get there,
Right?
and you know, your body is like, you know, it's like, let's just do a good foot massage first.
Well, and that makes sense because even during sessions, like I try and come in, like half an hour before my first session,
Mhm.
so that I can also relax my own
Yeah,
brain. Because I
yeah.
find if I don't do that, and I'm like, it doesn't interrupt the flow, but my brain is not fully
Engaged.
engaged in the session. I'm still making like my grocery list over here and doing healing, which doesn't hurt it, but I'm not fully
I
here.
love doing Reiki and massage in the spa. It was really great. Like we also had a room where we could do double massages,
Ooh, that'd be
where
good.
couples
Couples
or
massage, yeah.
girlfriends could come in and blah blah. And a lot of the girls that did the massaging with me, um, I the most common comment was watching Rhonda do a massage is like watching someone dance.
Ooh, I like that.
Because I very much flowed,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't play the whale songs music
Whale songs.
because that's
Oh.
music you could kind of get sick of. So we did a lot of Enya and Dido
Mm-hmm.
as our massage music, and a lot of people really loved that too.
Well, there's a certain vibe that's like, and I know we could talk about we should do an entire podcast on like vibration and
Yeah.
effects and like music and things like that, because it definitely boils down to frequencies.
Yeah.
And I would assume that those songs lead to that frequency of relaxation.
Right, right. Keep going.
No, you're all good.
I'm adjusting again, folks. I'm sorry. Just is bothering me. Is it gonna stay?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Ooh, and we're less talking heads.
Yes. Now you can see our shoulders.
No, I definitely, because like even in coming up, even like since the Celtic Reiki, another thing that's come up on, this is where phones talk. We talk and our phones listen. Is the tuning forks.
Oh yeah, I've got a set of tuning forks around here
Nice.
somewhere. Yeah, and I had a tuning fork thing done to me a few times especially when Diane and I were on the road and traveling together. Yeah, it's actually a really cool thing. You don't realize how much your body picks up on the vibration, right? And I mean, it makes sense when someone spells it out. You're like, oh, that totally makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, one of the girls that did it on me was also a violin player.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
very
exciting.
good violin player
Yes.
too.
She would have a definitely excuse the pun, in tune way of doing
Yeah,
things.
exactly. No, she totally did. Yeah, it was very cool getting that treatment. That was one thing that was fun about being on the road is getting the little treatments that sometimes people offered, right?
Well, and that's, you learn from each other, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
you would have a service, they would have a service, you would barter or like be able to purchase.
Yeah.
And I feel like you'd learn from each other and then learn about yourself through that.
Yeah.
I can imagine. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, and you met a lot of very interesting people, definitely. Especially once we got to the big Toronto shows.
Oh yeah, because there'd be so many different
Oh
dramas,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and Toronto, you could have like a pup tent of people will come in and do stuff because just the volume of population, right?
Mhm.
Whereas in Kingston, it's like you could have 20 vendors there and hear crickets all day long
Yes.
sometimes.
Some of them. There was one in Gan I did last summer,
Oh yeah, okay.
and it was fine, but it just, again, like similar
Yeah.
situation where it just happened to be on like a wrong weekend or something, so like everyone was already out and about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you know when to place them, it definitely does help, and you get people, and kudos to those who can do this full time.
Yeah, right. So you're a master Celtic Reiki
Yeah.
practitioner and teacher now.
100%.
Okay.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is super fun. I am discounting my first round of teaching just because it's my first round and I'm still ironing out some kinks. So if you are already attuned to Usui Reiki and want to learn,
Yeah.
get at me.
Give her a message.
Yeah.
Don't call her. She doesn't answer. Neither do I.
Definitely message, email, waywardspiritreiki@gmail, and I will get back to you.
And I'll put all that in the description
Yeah.
as well.
No, I will, I forgot we were talking about this today. I will bring visual aids next time.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, no worries. Well, it's been a while since we talked, so. And there were other things happening in our week or 2 weeks actually.
Oh, yes, it's been
So.
2 weeks. And then, like, next week is
Easter.
for those who observe. So,
Yes, yeah.
And depending on so my one job revolves around a local hockey team. So depending on how they do this week,
Mm-hmm.
I might be working next Monday.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because Good Friday's coming. It's early this year.
It is really early. Usually
Yeah.
it falls mid to late April.
Yeah, it depends on where the full moon is,
Yeah.
right? So that's how they calculate it. They use astrology. The Catholic Church uses astrology.
Don't tell them; they won't admit it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people use astrology more than they realize. I know astrology has been discounted into the pseudoscience.
But I think there is some
Category.
validity for it though, because it's been used for so long.
Well, it was what's considered the first science, right?
Yeah.
Because it was just the observation of the heavenly bodies, and as early mankind, and I use that for both genders and all genders, is, they noticed, like, say, Venus, oh, she was over here, but now she's over there. And they started to map that out. And even NASA today still uses some of the old
For sure.
ancient archaean star charts. That it happened more when we became less nomadic and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were, able to settle down. I say the turning point was when we learned to tame the seed.
Yep.
Because we were able to plant crops on purpose and harvest them as opposed to foraging.
Yep. That makes sense. It's so interesting because it's like you and I have talked about. I'm gonna butcher this. The last time Pluto was this close, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, Pluto arrives and it has a generational effect. So one of the big times was when COVID hit.
Yep.
And so it affected on worldwide scale, right? It also was around when the Vietnam War was happening, and I think it was World War One as well that it was around. I know it was around when the Berlin Wall came down as well.
That was pretty monumental.
Yeah, yeah. So Pluto, although also downgraded to dwarf planet, if that
I
even.
believe so.
He is a heavenly body that does affect the Earth in a generational way, and he's also one of the gatekeepers. So all these asteroids you see in the movies, oh my god, an asteroid's going to hit the Earth and we're all going to die, and that sort of thing. Well, he's the gatekeeper that, because he's the furthest out in the solar system, him and Neptune, I believe. It's either Neptune or Uranus, I can't remember which, but
Many very energetic men jump. Sun. Yeah, Neptune.
Neptune, I thought so. So Neptune and Pluto are the gatekeepers. So when things like meteors come through the solar system, they have to get past those two planets, for lack of a better word, and they will often catch them in their orbit.
And whip them out somewhere else.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I remember.
So, let's not downgrade Pluto. Pluto is very important. Let's not piss them off.
Pluto helps keeps us safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure the asteroids go this way instead of at us.
Exactly.
On Earth.
And Neptune helps as well. And Neptune is the planet that has the diamonds. It rains diamonds. So you can imagine what its orbit is like. Like the
They're
diamonds probably kill all the
cold.
meteorites and stuff. I mean, we do get the odd one that does hit Earth and has
Yeah,
in
done
the
some
past
damage.
and done some damage, and but not catastrophic. Like we're gonna wipe the humans off the planet, kind of.
I don't know. Some people. Anyway, that's a whole other.
They did it with the dinosaurs.
Yes.
Like, dinosaurs didn't luck out so easily.
No. I mean, it's really interesting because, like, you have all of this stuff going on, like, many layers within, like, society and, like, tarot readings and things like that. And then there's like, belief systems, and then astrology still is, like, the umbrella that keeps, like, that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like your myths and fairy tales because they exist regardless of what culture
Yeah.
you have.
There's many versions
There's
of the
many
same
versions of the
stories.
same thing.
Well, they say there's only 7 stories in the whole world, and it's just semantics after that.
Yeah, they do. Some days I wonder because I'm like, I've read this story and then I've read this story. How are they the same?
It's like Harlequin novels, The woman always has heaving bosoms, and the man always has the manhood. And
Yep.
it's formulaic the way they write them, and once you know one, you know the other, and it's bubblegum for the brain, basically.
Bubblegum for the brain.
People that they're not as big now, Harlequin.
Yeah.
But smut is very big.
Oh, 100%.
But I
it
always say people that read Harlequin, I don't count them as readers.
well, I mean,
It's like
I can
saying
get
I have
it.
steak and potatoes, but you're still chewing bubble gum, you know?
Like, I mean, if it's the same kind of thing, you're not digesting new material.
Right.
You
right.
might be digesting what you think is new storylines because they've changed characters' names.
Yeah.
Or what the situation that they're in.
Or maybe the bosoms aren't as heaving in the next novel.
But it's still formulaic.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I get, it has its place, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I went through a phase where I was reading Harlequins because my mom was a huge Harlequin and historical romance kind of woman. And the historical romance ones that I read when I was a teenager was like, not accurate at all. It's like we're pirates and I'm in love and I've been taken hostage on a boat and I fall in love with the captain pirate or whatever.
See,
it is.
I read high fantasy in like high school and grade school because a lot of the kids. So a friend of, or one of the girls, not a friend of mine, one of the girls I am with at school. She's like, my mom's giving me $20 for every book I read.
Oh,
I was like, cool,
wow.
digest them books, girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, my mom would be bankrupt if I did that at her age.
Because
Because I like engulfed books and like
Yeah.
not tiny books either. Like
Right,
I was
right.
reading Robert Jordan when I was her age.
Okay, Robert Jordan.
Robert
There you
Jordan,
go.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah, I
gave
read
up
that
at,
series.
Book 9, book 10.
Yeah, and they were always like this thick. And,
Right?
Yeah.
There were days I'm like, oh, did this person move? 5 chapters later. Nope, no, they didn't.
Yeah, it was very much like J.R.R. Tolkien. It's
Yes.
like it's a novel about a big walk.
Yep. That's all the Fellowship is.
Yeah.
Walk.
It's just a giant walk. And I read that as a teenager too. And yeah, I'm like, damn, they're walking a lot.
But it's all the politics and the this who's knows who's and this and this and that. And like
Yeah.
it was interesting at the time and now I'm like, I can't reread this to save my life. Nope.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose like once you've read it, it's like, okay, I know the story. I know the gist. And yeah, there's some books that I have that I've read the story and I'm like, what was this about again? And I'll read the first chapter and I'll kind of be like, oh, yeah, now I remember, right?
Yeah.
But
Or there's books that I don't put down and I do a yearly reread, but not often. There's only about one.
there's so many books out there now. Like we are inundated with information.
Mm-hmm.
So consuming information becomes a chore in of itself, right?
Yeah, so you have to like it. Like
Yeah.
I'm very much still into the reading of spirituality and like how science backs spirituality.
Okay, yeah.
Mundane Magic by Molly Donnellan.
Mm-hmm.
I will put it in a comment. Fantastic. You want a
Okay.
witchy way or a way to trick your neurodivergent brain into doing mundane house tasks like doing the laundry, cleaning your sink, things like that. She has a really cool way of like motivating you or like little tips and tricks and like
Cool.
what simmer pot to
Yeah, for the season and
brew for
yeah.
seasons or motivation and things like that. So that was just a really interesting way to hack your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'll digest stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
or the Morgan is showing up for me a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm interested but also very apprehensive
All right.
because
Okay.
she's not to be trifled with.
No, she's
So
definitely
I'm-
a powerful one.
So I'm still in the research phases of things. I know
Yeah.
she doesn't take no very lightly.
No.
So I'm not even gonna attempt.
She's sort of
until-
in that Hecate
Yeah.
realm and Kali.
Yeah.
Those are all the darker goddesses, including Medusa too.
Which is interesting too because like I don't really do deity worship. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
hey source, hey universe, like throw
Yeah.
some Reiki around. But I don't like specifically go to this specific deity.
No, but I love learning the aspects because really, any goddess or entity or whatever
Mhm.
that you learn about, you're learning about the different aspect of creator spirit energy, whatever you want to call it, because they often say we're divine beings having a human experience. So, learning God or goddess in the different aspects is kind of interesting.
Oh, it is. It's totally interesting.
It doesn't mean I'm like, oh, I'm like totally for Venus and this is what I do and that sort of stuff. Hello, there's my husband. You may have heard the doors or the bells ringing.
Good energy cleanse.
Yes, exactly. You might want to go around the other way. Sorry, honey.
We blocked it in.
Yeah, so I have bells on my door, so every time the door opens, it rings.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
I'm
Cleanses.
also wearing bells.
You're also wearing bells. Okay, good to know.
Coincidentally,
I love it.
Yeah, so we're just doing our tarot metaphysical podcast here, and you were just talking about Celtic Reiki.
Yes.
Do you incorporate tarot into your Reiki practice?
I do. It just depends on what intention the client has set.
Okay.
So I like typically, if they're asking like a question or if they're clearing things, I will bring tarot in.
Okay.
If it's more of a, I just need a refresh.
Mm-hmm.
It's if I've felt like the session went short, I will add it on as like an equalizer because I feel
Okay.
like if obviously Reiki sessions are a length of time, like 30-minute, 15's like your express, but I usually go 20, 25.
Right.
30's your absolute like minimum I will almost do because it's like to get all your chakras in. And then an hour-ish is the most, but if I feel like, because I have a tendency to like, I do what I consider like the ritual part of it of like opening your chakras and seeing how things are doing and making sure things are balanced. But then if I find that your body isn't speaking to me in a way of like, oh, I need attention over here and my left shoulder hurts or things like
Right.
that, and I pick that up during the session, that's not something the client will tell me.
Right. Yeah.
But if that's not giving me anything and I've found that the session went short, I will bring in tarot to be like, hey, like I got this off of the session and let's see what the cards say to solidify a message, things
Right.
like that, but not typically.
Or even opening a conversation about
Maybe, yeah.
something, right?
It all depends on what they've come for.
Yeah, okay, very cool. Because some practitioners do, and some practitioners do oracle cards
Yep.
too, right? Because they're a little bit softer, a little bit easier.
They are a little bit softer. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have some fluffy tarot decks, but I definitely
Yeah,
think
but even fluffy tarot is not as fluffy as oracle cards can
no,
be.
no, Oracle is a different kind of fluffy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm just imagining this little like lovely pink fluffy tarot or oracle
I was seeing
deck.
teddy bears, like
I was seeing
bear
bunny
shaped.
rabbits. I was definitely seeing bunny rabbits because
And we've got something fluffy back here. It's Bob.
Bob.
Hi, Bob.
He's like, you're waking me up. This is
We're
my
sitting on
spot."
his couch.
He's definitely like, you're in my couch. This is my spot.
Exactly.
When so we moved our couch around, so Bosco used to have this like thing he could jump up, and it wasn't like as tall as like the whole couch, so it was like kind of like an ottoman. He doesn't have that anymore.
Oh.
So now he'll like step on all the pillows and get on one of the armrests and look out.
Oh.
It's so funny
That's
because he's
hilarious.
like, you're in my spot.
Aw.
I can't see out unless you move.
I had a dog, a Basset Hound, that would pile the pillows on the couch on purpose because he was usually hiding something. So one time he hid a blueberry bagel and he didn't want anyone to find it. So he piled about 4 pillows and then he sat on top of it, like arms and legs sprawled.
Like, this is mine.
Yep.
You can't
It's
have.
like, what do you have under there?
Nope, you didn't see anything, Mom.
It's like, oh, okay.
Bosco do that. So we give him like the odd pizza crust, and if it's too long,
Yeah.
he'll barrow it.
Oh, okay. I had another Basset Hound different from the one I was just talking about, who would always take a pig's ear and bury it out in the yard.
Oh my gosh.
And then once it was properly seasoned, he would dig it up and bring it back
Take
in.
it up and chew it. Oh my goodness. No, he doesn't. Well, he's not allowed to bring out stuff in the backyard because that's exactly what Josh doesn't want him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime he goes outside, like he'll try to like grab his bone or something,
Yeah.
and we're like, drop it. We are not killing the lawnmower.
Oh, well, my Basset Hound dug it pretty good. Like,
Nice.
it was even. Like, he seriously did not want you finding that pig ear. But he always knew where they were. He had a little map, and if you watched him, he would go to all the checkpoints of where he would bury it.
I love watching them do that little like sentinel walk of like, gotta check all the spots.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was one time where I was out in the woods when I had one of my Basset Hounds, and I'm not sure why he was on leash, but he wasn't. But anyways, he wanted to find me, and he followed my trail exactly to find me. He's like, oh, he did a circle here, so find the circle. That's like, you didn't have to do the
They just
circle.
follow the scent, right? They're
Yeah.
just like, you're going this way.
And basset hounds next to bloodhounds are the best in the business.
My goodness, they're so. I saw a Great Dane today. One of the back of one of the yard, like the yard's obviously at school is fenced in, but one of the sides backs onto the street, and there was and one of the kids that I happened to be looking after at the time likes this one particular spot because there's leaves.
Oh, okay.
And he likes crunching up the leaves. And then so this one great like huge horse of a dog.
Yeah.
I was like, I could ride that.
They're gentle giants.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm like, I just want to squish the face. I'm not near enough, but I want to squish the face.
Apparently,
of the puppy.
they're really good apartment dogs.
Really?
Yeah, because they're very, very mindful of things around.
And like space and things.
Yeah, I knew a lady
Wow.
that had a gift shop, and there was a lot of crystal and that sort of thing, like crystal
And
ware.
she was fine with.
And
the,
she had a
like,
Great
horse of a dog.
Dane that would walk around. She's like, the dog's better than most customers.
My goodness.
As far as like breakage and stuff, because the first time I met her, I met the dog, and I was like, "Oh my god, I was a big dog. How do you do this?" And
That's
she's
it. Like I looked at her. I'm like, you're half my height.
"They're
Like,
very graceful."
that's awesome.
Yeah. So interesting that.
He was out for his little walk today.
Mm.
It's the best part. I get to
Sure, you can just look over the fence at
almost.
the kids.
Because it reminded me of I have a golden retriever I get to visit regularly, and if you don't say good morning to her or acknowledge her existence,
Yeah.
she'll like turn to you and not only give you one of the paws,
Yeah.
but like I will get on my hind legs and try and hug you if you
Yes.
don't pay attention to me.
Have you seen that golden retriever that she's a girl golden retriever, and she has like purses and hats and skirts, and she'll sit in front of the mirror and she'll cross her legs back and forth.
Oh no!
Oops, to watch herself in the mirror.
Aw, no!
Yeah, it's hilarious. But she just sits there and she's like,
We don't deserve animals.
I know, right?
They're so sweet.
Yeah, they are very sweet. Now you can see all of us.
Oh, I love it.
So-
we went from like talking heads
To-
to a little bit of shoulder.
Yeah.
So now we've got the situation figured out.
And what's funny is we haven't talked about tarot really at all.
No, but that's how we do. That's why it's called Tarot and Other Delights.
Yes, other delights as well. So,
I'm on the hunt for a really good, like I have a really good tarot and chakra deck, but like tree tarot deck.
oh yeah, there are a few tree tarot decks.
But are they like available?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I know there's quite a few tree oracle decks.
Yes, tree oracle decks. Tree oracle decks and I are like relatively well acquainted.
Yeah, okay.
Because I definitely have one that I recently got with the OM, and one I really love, which I need to find the box for because I think it's in a bag, a protected bag. But just if I were to show it to you guys, I'd be like, "This is the box it looks like," so that you're not like, "Where do I find this?" I'm noticing a lot of my resources because I've been in the game for a while. Some of my more beloved ones are starting to go out of print.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, like for example, the Shadowscapes Tarot.
okay,
I'm pretty sure is out of print
okay.
or going to be soon.
And the Wildwood was out of print. Wildwood, right? Is
Yeah, Wildwood.
that- And then it got republished and whatnot.
No,
for a little
Greenwood.
bit. Greenwood.
Greenwood.
Oh, okay.
I'm still waiting on my deck for that.
Oh, okay.
There's some division as far as I'm gonna be as neutral as possible, but if you say, and I mean, fumbles happen with Kickstarters. Like,
Of course.
they realized there's a spelling mistake, so like the books got back ordered. Totally get it. But now people are like, well, I am here and I haven't gotten my deck and da 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 da, and I was like, shows up, it shows up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At this point,
Right.
that's kind of what you have to keep in mind when it comes to Kickstarters. And
Right. There's a bit of a risk.
there is a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
And this is like the only one I've been burned on, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I can't say I've been burned yet because they're still doing a ton of the shipping. As soon as they say like they're done shipping and I haven't gotten one, then I'll consider it.
Right.
But it's taking a while, which I know a lot of people are frustrated with. But if you want to check out, there are some people online that already have their decks and have reviews up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look what jumped out at me.
What jumped out at you?
Oh, the Knight of Cups.
Ooh.
Subtle movement forward. Usually speedy kind of movement, because
Yep.
knights are not the kind of people that stay still.
Oh, they are the take charge kind of people.
Yeah, and it's about, emotions, relationships, love. So perhaps there's some emotions or a relationship that's going to change and or become more open perhaps. If you're long term, maybe something you reach that next level, or you change the way in which you're communicating. If you're new or looking for love, it means it's coming in pretty quickly. So yeah. And what did you get? Anything good?
King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles.
Oh,
So,
2 knights.
2 knights.
Knight of Pentacles. Doors are opening.
Mm-hmm.
Earth-wise, earth-based, things like new car, new job, money.
I fixed my one tire. Did we talk about that previously? How my one tire had a little bit.
Oh,
I
yes,
drove a
I
little
do
bit on
remember
a
that.
tire that I shouldn't have, so it bulged out, so it had a little thing, and I drove on it way longer than I should have.
Okay.
Did not have everything is good. I switched it out, and now I'm like, I think my car's days are numbered.
Oh no. Well, you've had that car for a while.
I have. It was right. I got it in 2018.
Okay.
It got into a little bit of a fender, not a fender bender because it was with a fence, so it wasn't with another car. Right before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, COVID was how long? 6-ish, 7 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. And in 2019, you said you got it?
2018.
18. Was it new?
No.
So it was new to you, but
New to
not-
me, but not new in general.
So she doesn't really owe you too much?
No, she doesn't know me too much. I mean, if I can get her to last the summer, I'm gonna. Well, I should have. I've been putting money away, but not at the speed at which I should be.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a little bit, but I need to negotiate a new car when I have a job, which goes away in the summer. So I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah, just take me through the summer and then we'll be okay.
Yeah, but then I don't want the anxiety of having to get a newer car.
Right, right.
Well, being like having to take a day off work or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, catch 22.
Getting new cars is hard.
It
Although
is.
nowadays you can order them online.
That's scary.
Like there's clutch.ca.
I know.
We are not sponsored in any way, by the way.
No,
but-
we were just discussing.
But I'm like, that would take the sort of, if you don't like the negotiating part, take that away.
It would, but I mean, would you not want to sit in the car?
One would think. But like they say, it's all safety tested and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you have like 30 days or something to return it.
Okay, that's fair. So
Yeah.
my first car, I literally looked at my in-laws and was like, I need something for work. I don't have a lot of money. I know I'm going to owe you. So just get me something like with 4 wheels and a tire and brakes. Like, I don't care. What my father-in-law neglected to take advantage, like, factor in is how short I am.
Oh.
So it worked for him, but the seat wouldn't move for like 6 months to a year.
Oh.
And so I had to sit with a pillow behind my back to like
So
make
you could
sure I
reach
was
everything.
reach everything. And then finally we managed to, I don't know what we were doing. We were cleaning out the car at one point and Josh was like, oh, I'll just try it this one more time. We had done it like for months and months and months. And finally it decided to like spring. And then I was like, oh, I have a seat again.
Yeah.
So like, I understand the ease, but for me, I'm like, I have to test drive it.
Right, right. Yeah, totally makes sense. I mean,
I need to know that I can fit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you've got issues like that, then yeah, of course, you want to make sure you can drive your own car. And then you said you got a King of...
King of Wands. So
Ooh.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely some like major energy in going after the things that you want or what light your soul on fire. So don't let that pass you by.
Yeah, because the King of Wands, he's all about fire and the energy of fire, passion, passion for what you do, passion for your life, passion for your partner, especially when you put it up. Oh, I had the cups, not
Yeah.
you.
So together we have 2 knights and a king.
Yes, and we've hit 3 different suits. So
Ooh, that's interesting.
cups, pentacles, and wands.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And wands also can speak to health. Of course, we're not doctors. I always have to say
No,
that, but
disclaimer,
but-
we are not doctors.
yeah.
But they can, like, I mean,
it touches on health, so it's sort of a refocusing perhaps on health, because if you have good health, you have good life, basically, right? And until your health is threatened, you don't fully understand that statement of how important good health is.
Well, that's exactly it. Like the whole kidneys are interesting right now with me. So I'm finding it. So like, hey, can't have caffeine. So then I've switched to like lemonade. And then someone else was like, well, that's horrible for your kidneys too. And I'm like, wow.
It's sort of like we all have our vices, so
Yeah, like I could be, smoking cigarettes and drinking, and I
Well,
don't do
there's some
either of
people that
those.
drink wine every night, smoke cigarettes, and they live to be 99.
Yeah.
And then there's the guy that jogs every morning and has the protein smoothie and dies at 68.
Yeah, because he had like a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't, sorry, like I thought you were going to go with because there was a guy who made a diet plan that was rather successful, and he definitely croaked on a run.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's where I thought you were going. So I was like,
okay.
oh, that is interesting.
No, I was just making these people up, but but it's true. I mean, some of it's just dumb luck.
Yep.
Some of it's genetics. Some of it's lifestyle. But there's no one thing
No.
that
But I mean, if you know more, you got to do. So, like, I'm not officially diagnosed with anything, but I'm living as if I am
Okay.
to further protect my kidneys.
Right. And
So, like,
I mean, if you can protect your kidneys regardless of whether you're
Yeah.
healthy or not, it's always a better thing.
right, like,
But we all have our vices, right?
and we all like are gonna,
Nobody's out there eating just broccoli and drinking just water and running every day.
broccoli and cheese. So that was a staple in our house. That's the only way my dad would eat broccoli.
It was lots of cheese.
lots
on
of
top.
cheese, lots of cheese on top.
Yeah, well, you add cheese to anything, and yeah, sure, I'll take a bite of it.
Right? If you want your kids to leave, stop cooking with cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a '90s commercial for you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. So this was kind of
Short and sweet.
short and sweet, kind of weird, but
Hey, we gotta ease back into things.
yeah, yeah.
So
Because we've lost the let's do a card a week kind of thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've kind of touched on them all.
yeah,
I guess we haven't done the suits yet, so I don't
we
know.
could do an elemental special with the
Yeah,
suits and things.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
could do that and then talk about some frequencies and stuff.
yeah.
We'll have to brainstorm some ideas. If you want a topic covered, feel free to pop it in the chat.
I'm also a little brain dead right now because I just did 7 tarot readings today.
Girl,
Yes. So I'm a little like, "Rah."
that like back to back,
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
So I'm a little like, oh, we're talking more tarot? Okay, let's do this.
Okay, next time Rhonda needs coffee and a little second wind.
Yeah. Exactly. I want to do what Bob's doing. Look at him. He's so comfortable.
He's so comfortable. You can't see, but he's all like,
Here, I'll bring it over so you can see him. There he is.
he's like, what, Mom? What are you doing?
Yeah, he's all like, what the hell? Oh, a little meowy complaint.
How dare you show me on the internet, Mom?
Yes. Yes, Bob and I have many great conversations. Now it won't go back to the way it was, but
Nah.
that's okay. Almost. All right, well, this was fun.
It was.
Thank you for joining us. And we won't be next week because it's Easter Monday.
Yes.
So we'll be the week after that, which is my birthday week, which means our birthdays are coming up.
Oh, it is true.
And we have plans for that.
We do have plans for that. All right. So if you're wondering what those plans, you got to tune into the next podcast.
Yes, and we'll tell you what our plans are. All right, take
Have a good
care.
night. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.